Today on Media Litter Sandwich,
we talk about people that were socially awkward or shy and how we got over that to do photography, video, podcasting, and all that good stuff.
Speaking of shyness, you should check out the other podcasters on Pod Bros. What?
Welcome to Media Litter Sandwich, episode 31. With me is Mark Monster from
CrazyMark.com,
and William from
AllAboutWilliam.com.
And I'm Scotty Mayali, better known as Toaden, from Toaden.com and YouTube.com/ToadenK. Now, today, we're talking about people being a little shy. We're talking about, we're talking about you have to be able to go up, for what we do at conventions, we have to go up and talk to people individually, and sometimes we have to talk to people as a group. We have to go up and talk to people. We all have stories of awkward situations, things like that. But a lot of people have to deal with the social anxiety. I mean, we're talking about internet personalities as well, and a lot of internet personalities and podcasters and YouTubers, there's a reason why they start on the internet, because there's some social awkwardness. So I want to start this by talking to Mark Monster from CrazyMark.com.
Yeah, hey there, Toad. What up? What up?
Well, I think some of that social awkwardness from talking to people, you grew up on the stage. You were on the stage since you were 3 years old.
Well, yeah, and I had no choice either, because whenever there was technical difficulties, they'd say, throw the kid on stage, and I was a distraction.
But you never left the stage.
Somehow that sounds like a strange irony there, Toad. I life is a cabaret, really. Yeah, never have. And your point being?
My point being is, do you ever look at other people that have that kind of stage fright, and did it take you a while to understand it? Or do you just totally, oh yeah, I know, man, I get that all the time,
Man, sometimes it's cool, man. I can just go out there and stage doesn't scare me a bit. I can go out in front of 10 people. I'll go out in front of a whole mess load, million people. I mean, hey, I did the Canadian national anthem in front of 6,000 plus peeps at a London Werewolf game. Didn't bother me a bit, as long as they said, don't do it in French. But I pulled it off. An American pulled off the Canadian national anthem. No, at first, yeah, of course, I'm walking out to the center of the field and my legs are like, oh no, I want to run the other way. But I'm like, we got to do this. Let's conquer this. Let's make it happen. Some people, that's how they feel. Other people, well, they'd be pooping their pants.
Oh, Canada,
home and native land.
Home and native land.
True patriotism.
And I stopped there because that's all I know. But
and all that sounds good, man.
But yeah, so you do understand, people that walk in front of maybe 20 people, because we see a lot of presentations and they're having issues. Does that, I'm sure over time you recognize it, but I'm sure when you were younger, were you like, what's wrong? Did you not understand it?
Well, if I were ever tongue-tied or frightened to death, it might have been because maybe, again, as a child, as all children, I'd say most children are never really stage fright. We embrace the world. We go out there and we have a blast. The life is a cabaret. It's a carnival. It's a great thing. For maybe you have your shy kid here and there, but for the most part, kids just go out. They just want to have fun. Kids just want to have fun. But somehow we hit our teens, and then boom, all of a sudden we become inward. We become shy. Social expectations, what big corporations tell us as kids becoming adults how we should act. We become inward, we become private, we become awkward, we become frightened.
Okay, so keeping with this, I got a couple stories how how I kind of get over talking to people now currently and everything. But I want to look at our own person that's kind of shy and zone away, because it's always about William.
About me, huh?
Okay, so so Mark mentioned there's always a shy, you get your shy kid once in a while. Something tells me you were that shy kid.
I was definitely that shy kid. It actually took me a while, like mid-20s, before I got over it in the smallest.
Okay, now being a photographer, at conventions, talking to people, doing cosplay,
Yeah.
How long did you get through on that?
Well, that took me a little bit, like a year.
Okay.
And I remember I was following you for a while.
Yes.
He'll break the ice, and then I'll work on it from there.
Yeah, a few people do that. I still get the photographer that kind of makes friends with you, and then they kind of follow you around because you go up to a person like, hey, can I grab some video of you? Okay, cool. And then you got the photographers, hey, can I grab some pictures? Then they just assume you guys are together.
Yes.
But the ice is already broken. They're already going, yep, that's cool.
Oh yeah, yep. Actually, believe it or not, going to cons did not help with that.
What did, William? What did?
I was watching a YouTube video and it covered the topic. It was a psychiatrist, I think, that said it, and he said that if you just go up to 100 strangers and just say, hi, how are you, that'll actually help overcome shyness and stuff. And the fact that I work retail made that insanely easy.
Yeah, and that's part of what happened to me, because when I started doing, trying into radio and video and these type things, awkwardly hitting things in front of the mic, I had to work promotions. I had to work just odd things where you had to go up and talk to people. You had to go and mic people with a lavalier mic, a little clip-on mic, and when you're going to do that with especially a member of the opposite sex,
Ooh.
and you have to put and you're told, no, you have to put the microphone on their shirt. Sometimes it can be pretty awkward.
I bet.
And that helps. What I feel like helps the most, and one of my coworkers told me this, and eventually I was in this situation. I feel like, and I suggest anyone that can do this, once you do this, you will have much less of an issue talking to people, or at least telling people when you're getting down to business in a professional manner. And that is when you have to go out on stage in front of X amount of people, and you have to go, sorry, everyone, technical difficulties, and then you have to grab stuff or fix stuff on stage, whether it's just changing some microphones around or just whatever you need to do on the run, especially when you have to bend over or completely
turn your back on them.
I constantly have to. When I was doing more stage management stuff, my back was, when I had to do that, my back was constantly towards the audience. I'd rather have my back towards them, because if I'm facing them, I feel they're like,
all eyes are on you, man.
right.
Great advice to all you roadies out there.
Oh yes,
All you wannabe roadies.
And I still, now it's to the point where sometimes I have to go, help someone out with a microphone or something. I go into a room full of people in suits, and I just go. Sometimes I don't even say hi to them. I'll just see the person in charge, hey, look, I'm here for this thing. Okay. And I just go through there, fix it. Everything's on, because the truth of the matter is they're waiting on you, but they're also happy you're fixing it. Some people aren't happy. They're not happy at all. Anything happened, but it's okay, cool, done. Let me know if you have any more issues.
Yeah, room full of suits, man. See, that's the thing. That might intimidate some people, but I'll tell you what.
It is. It is intimidating when you first start doing it.
It's like
it
a room
is,
full of
but you
monkeys.
get over it. You have to get over it.
Especially when it's your job.
Mm-hmm. When
yeah.
I used to get intimidated by people, if they were in a suit, if they're in a place of, the owner of the company is coming. I don't know why. I used to get very intimidated by stuff like that.
By authority, eh?
Now I was walking around this Valentine's Day. I was walking around some Valentines. I mean, those little kid Valentines, waiting for this owner of one of the companies I work for, of my main day job, waiting for the owner a very huge big shot to walk by because
really?
I'm going to give, if I see him, I'm giving him a Valentine's.
Oh, Mr. Brownie over there.
Did you ever give him a Valentine's?
No, I didn't see him.
Oh, okay.
He was probably out of town.
What's that I smell cooking over there? Is that brownies?
No, it was just something I wanted to do it just to say I did it.
Oh.
Which, by the way, I did go up to the CEO of Walgreens and on Halloween at an event where everyone was wearing a suit and everything. I was the camera guy.
Ooh, penguins.
After the event was over, I walked up to him
Yeah.
and looked him straight in the eye and said, "Trick or treat." And I received a little baggie full of candy.
Hey, there you
Which
go.
he happened to have because it was Halloween, so he had a bunch of them.
You got to bring a smile to someone's face every now and again.
Yeah, so if you ever trick or treat the owner of Walgreens, I highly suggest you do that.
So
Hey, being
Toad,
not
man.
shy was beneficial, huh?
Yeah, my director / boss at that gig could not believe, he told me not to do it. He's like, "You don't do that. Don't do that." And like, I bet you I kind of want to.
So Toad, man, you're telling me that you overcome your shyness by becoming a stage manager and just by carrying the good old Toaden humor there up to
Right. And also, we've also talked about this before. Doing open mics helps too. And I'm not a performer. I don't play guitar. I definitely don't sing.
Oh yeah, open mics.
I was
suggest
actually
that to
doing
anyone.
spoken word. If you go look at some of my earlier
Yeah.
videos, I did some spoken word poetry just because I wanted to get out in front of people and kind of get used to that. So I would and I know other people like this too. I'm actually more comfortable when I know I'm doing it for my audience in front of the camera. So I'd go into a coffee house, set up my camera, and I knew that's my audience.
There you go.
It doesn't matter if no one else gets the joke. That's my audience. And oddly enough, not everyone got whatever I was doing, but some people did, and it really helps.
Got to break the ice somehow.
And of course, I'm talking on a professional manner. Sometimes personal things. If what's the one type of person, Mark, that could still make you completely nervous?
Oh man, I'll tell you, girls and women, talking to girls and women. I'm telling you,
Oh,
there's
definitely.
nothing like
So
a pretty
there
girl.
is a difference between being professional and doing something like that because it
Nothing like a
hits
pretty
different
girl.
things.
Yeah.
It does.
I think that's
Like,
almost everybody.
But
hey,
but-
look, you live in California. You should totally come to Detroit when I'm working on this con. All right, sweet. Yeah, I know I just met you. Oh, cool. We got this connection. I'll talk to you. I'll give you a call. I'll shoot you an email. We'll talk about this, see if those work. Hey, look, you live 2 blocks away. Maybe we should go get a coffee together. No coffee. You don't like coffee.
Well, at
you
least
like-
you ask.
You like food. Food's good. You like food.
They want Toad.
Hey.
Okay, you like food. What?
Hey, let's all go to Noodle House.
Oh, you don't like noodles. What do you eat? I don't know.
Spam.
Because they're nervous too.
Well, hey, you got through more than I would have. I would have been like, food, what?
It almost becomes habit once you get into this kind of
Oh, yes.
this modus operandi of interaction with others. Then pretty much it becomes habit, and it becomes a good habit, and it's social interaction, and unfortunately, there's still a lot of peeps out there that are afraid to go out of their room. They have a lot of anxiety.
I think the hardest part of this, and I think we could talk about this on another episode, is some people, to overcome it, put on a mask and then they become a character. I think the better part, and for many it's harder, is to be yourself while in front of them, and while in front of people, and while doing business, because you think, oh, I gotta be all professional. Well, being yourself is professional.
Well, think about how I am at a Comic-Con when people go, "Are you going to cosplay as something?" What do I say all the time? Yes, I cosplay as a professional photographer.
Ta-da.
See, I don't like that either. You know,
Well, it's a joke. It's supposed to be a joke.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
But, you know, and we've talked about this before, you got to give yourself permission to be special, to fit. Like, I'm here as a press pass, and, you know, I'm here with a press pass, and sometimes you got to look at it and be like, you know what? I earned this press pass. I was given this press pass. Mm-hmm. I'm not playing a photographer, videographer. I'm not, you know, I am this. This is what I'm doing here. This is what I'm here for. Not to take away from any other photographers or videographers, but this is mine. This is mine. I deserve it. This is what I'm here for. Yeah. You know, let's do it. But let's not let this go to my head. You know, just be yourself.
Yes.
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Or you can be like Daffy Duck. Mine. Leave it alone. Mine.
Well, some people do that.
Yeah, some people do that.
Well, Mark, you know better than we do that some people cannot go in front of a crowd without having a persona.
Well, you know, that's again show business, and some people, they require that persona. And as a matter of fact, it's like I met the Ghoul several times, and at one Comic-Con, the Ghoul took me aside, and he said, you know, how do you do what you do? And I just said, you know, it's work, it's timing, you just have to put yourself out there. And he told me, he said, Mark, you know what really scares me? And I go, okay, here's the Ghoul. What's the Ghoul afraid of? I go, what? He goes, those kind of people that act like me all the time. And true, there's a point where you have to turn it on and turn it off. Fine. If you need a persona, if you need something to go out in front of people, good. If it's entertainment business, that's a good thing. But really, if you're going out in front of people, be yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, if with a woman, with business 101, family and friends, just be yourself. You know, I'm a lazy surfer dude, you know, who just kicks back when I'm not doing crazy Mark or Mark Monster. So
okay, so we're an audio podcast and we're a video podcast. So if you're listening to us, especially if you're on Pod Bros, because we love Pod Bros, people. We love or it doesn't matter how you're listening. There's a YouTube channel. The video show is very different on our table today. We have various things. About 4 of them I've actually gotten from claw machines. I am an avid player. I do enjoy it. I do not sell my winnings. Most of the time I don't even keep my winnings. I just give them away. But you could only line so many cribs of friends of mine. Literally, I'll go to my friend's house and the whole crib would be lined with claw machine stuffed animals after you wash them and stuff like that. So
I mean, that's a way of breaking the ice also of social anxiety and shyness. If you're going somewhere, a get together, a group meetup or whatever, this is your first time. Who knows? Maybe you have something you really don't want around the house. It's clean, it's new. Someone gave it to you years ago. Hey, take a housewarming gift.
Right. Yeah. My father, he likes being with me when I'm playing the claw machine. My dad's also kind of shy, but nothing brightens his day when he grabs, you know, he's like, are you going to keep that claw machine animal? No. Nothing brightens up his day more. Grabbing that claw machine animal, you know, walking over to some kids, you know, of course he asks the parent first, hey, look, my son just won this animal. Can I give it to your child? And seeing that kid's face, he loves it. And then that's his way of coming out of the box. And he just, you know, coming out of his shy shell and seeing he's kind of hiding behind the gift, which it's kind of the same thing when you give your friend as a housewarming thing. And sometimes it comes off as awkward. Yeah, they gave me this stuffed animal that maybe a seal, maybe it's a dolphin, maybe it's humanity. I'm not sure. And if you know what it is, I'm referring to the claw animal that Mark was just holding, let us know, because I'm not sure.
You never can tell. You gotta keep things away from me. I'll turn it into a puppet.
Depends on what angle it is. Depends on what it looks like.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up here. We talk about being shy. We talk about social awkwardness, some of the ways we've gotten over it. It's okay to be awkward. It's okay to be shy. You Definitely. Need to be yourself, and the way we get over it is just talking to people, realizing they are just another person. I know they used to say, imagine that person in their underwear.
That makes it worse.
I say, imagine that person
That'd be kinda
waking
creepy,
up,
man.
their legs hurting, they just tripped over something, and they're having issues picking out a shirt in the morning because it humanizes them. Because that's what we are. We've all had issues. We all had issues humaning sometimes, putting on shoes.
I don't know, Toad. I imagine that person in a video game with me and we're out killing zombies.
There you go.
That's Mark Monster from
CrazyMark.com.
William from
AllAboutWilliam.com.
I'm Scotty O'Malley from Toaden.com and YouTube.com/ToadenK. You could find us on MediaLitterSandwich.com. You could find us on Podbros. You could find us on my YouTube channel that I just mentioned, YouTube.com/ToadenK. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed our conversation.
See ya.